Okay, picture this. A guy who literally cannot read or write just handed the world one of the most studied texts in human history. No pen, no paper, nothing. And get this, he didn't even write the final version everyone reads today. That's the ending. That's where this story actually finishes, but almost everyone has the order completely backwards. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how this book got assembled, and the one fact most videos get dead wrong. Let's get into it. Number 10. People think Muhammad personally sat down and wrote the Quran, like he had a desk and a nice quill pen. Nope. Muhammad is widely described as illiterate, and honestly, that's kind of the whole point, because it makes the eloquence feel impossible without divine help. When he recited what he called revelations starting around 610 CE, his companions memorized it on the spot or scratched it onto whatever they had: palm leaves, bone, leather. Think about that. This wasn't a manuscript being drafted quietly. It was oral tradition first, passed mouth to mouth for years. Number 9. And this one's sneaky. People assume it's like the Bible, a compiled anthology with different authors across centuries. Nope. It's structured as one continuous voice from one time period, roughly 610 to 632 CE, about 22 years total. Number 8. And this is where it gets juicy, like a succession drama. People think there was one clean version from day one. After Muhammad died in 632, companions who'd memorized huge portions were dying in battles. Someone panicked. So Caliph Abu Bakr kicked off efforts to get it all written down before it was lost forever. But, plot twist, Muhammad's cousin Ali had already made his own version, organized chronologically. Caliph Uthman rejected Ali's version, largely for political reasons tied to the Sunni-Shia split. Instead, Uthman's team ordered the chapters by length, longest first, shortest last. That decision still shapes how 1 billion people read it today. Number 7. People think there's just one universal Quran, no variation, ever. Wrong again. It took real institutional effort, sending standardized copies to every region, to lock in the fixed text most people know today. Okay, deep breath. Number 6 is the one people fight about constantly online: jihad. Pop culture turned it into a synonym for holy war, but it primarily means inner struggle, striving to be better. There are verses referencing conflict, and scholars debate how to read them in historical context. This isn't a simple, flat answer. Number 5. People assume it has one static meaning, easy to quote out of context. Translators disagree hard on this. Number 4. And I gotta be careful here because this one gets people heated. Those viral science in the Quran lists. Some verses are interpreted as aligning with modern discoveries, like the sea containing separate bodies of water that don't fully mix. That part's genuinely science, no argument. But whether the ancient text specifically predicted it is still actively disputed. Number 3 is the flip side. People assume these claims are either 100% proven or 100% debunked. Reality's messier than that. Number 2, the hijab. A ton of people assume there's one explicit, detailed dress code spelled out. There isn't. The verses discuss modesty in broader terms. Specific dress rules were shaped over centuries by regional law and culture, not one clear line. And that brings us back to number 1. Remember that opening line? The guy who couldn't write handed the world a book someone else finalized decades later. The Quran as a fixed, bound book didn't exist the moment Muhammad died. It existed as memory, fragments, and political tension for 2 decades first. Every misconception we just walked through traces back to that one messy, human, political process of turning spoken words into a physical book. If this kind of myth versus actual history breakdown is your thing, There's a whole series like this. Hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.